Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Cole. Monday evening, August 17th, the first day of school for the fall 2020 term. And this is our first video for the fall term for Political Science 1013. Everyone should have gotten multiple emails from me today, including the course syllabus as an attachment. There was an introductory welcome message with some information about the course and some information about reading assignments for Quiz 1 next week. There were also some links for Units 1 and 2 of the course, which is the material for the first exam. That material is supplementary, but not required absolutely, as is the link to the video lecture by Professor Thomas Patterson of Harvard University, about which I want to say more in a moment. The first exam will be after the first of the month. The material will be Units 1 and 2 on participation, and then Unit 2 on political parties and interest groups, or pressure groups. There will be 2 quizzes before the exam, one on Unit 1 material and another on material for Unit 2. The first quiz will be next week. We will chat online Monday evening, 1 week from tonight, and then the quiz will be the following day. Unit 1 begins with some very broad observations about the concept of democracy. Then it moves on to talk about different ways in which you can participate in the political system. And then it looks more specifically at voting and elections. Okay. Some of the rules of the game for voting in our elections, which are turning out to be quite an issue with the November elections coming up. Then some material about what influences people to vote one way or the other. What are the influences that cause people, that prompt people to vote for the Republicans or the Democrats, for Trump or for Biden. That's the material for Unit 1. So, the exam will come up after the first of the month. The first quiz will be next week. We will chat online Monday evening, a week from tonight, and take the quiz the following day. Now, you've been assigned 3 articles to be accessed online. You received a message with links to those articles. Click those links and it should take you to those articles. There will be 10 true-false items in all on those 3 articles, 3 or 4 items on each of the articles. You have an article from the Boston Globe about a wargaming exercise that about 100 prominent people engaged in to try to scope out potential problems with the November elections. And they found that there was the potential for any number of problems, as you will see. We have an article from the New York Times about how the coronavirus pandemic will influence voters, and especially in their decision whether or not to turn out and vote. Who will be most affected, Biden supporters or Trump supporters? Okay. Then you have an article from the Atlantic Monthly. This is an article by a political scientist at the University of Pennsylvania describing his research on whether protest movements help the causes for which they are protesting. Some people have speculated that the backlash against a protest may do more harm than the good that the protest does by drawing attention to a particular issue. So the author of this article attempts to address that issue and has done some research on that recently that I believe he's turning into a book, and that research is described in that Atlantic Monthly article. So those are the 3 things you have to look at for the quiz next week. You've been sent links to those articles. Contact me if you have any difficulty accessing that material. I've just been made aware of the Thomas Patterson videos. Professor Patterson is a professor at Harvard University and the author of a widely adapted textbook for American government courses. That's some supplementary material for you to look at. It's not required, but if you're curious about the material that's there for you to look at, along with the material that I linked in the announcements that are called Unit 1 links and Unit 2 links. So look at that material at your discretion. I hope those with some interest in the subject matter will take a look at some of that stuff. Now, for the Thomas Patterson videos, you've been sent a link to those videos. Those videos will not open in a browser. For those of you who have Windows devices, you need the Windows Media Player to look at those videos. If you have an Apple device, you will need QuickTime. And either one of those media players may have been pre-installed on your device when you purchased it. Otherwise, they can be downloaded for free, I believe. So you need either the QuickTime Media Player or the Windows Media Player to look at those videos from Professor Thomas Patterson. Everyone in general, it's been observed in the press the past few weeks that online courses are not exactly the same as courses that are delivered in the conventional classroom. Now, I have taught courses both online and in the conventional classroom. I've taught online exclusively since my status changed from a full-time faculty member to an adjunct a little over a year ago. Let me say this, the online format, the student will get more out of the online format the more initiative that the student takes. I'm here as a facilitator more than anything else. My class notes on which my in-class lectures were based when I was teaching in the conventional format are the heart of this course. They are up on the course website in the content area. For each exam, you'll be responsible for class notes for 2 units, plus the textbook assignment. There will be a few items on each exam based on the textbook assignments, maybe a half a dozen or so, 5 or 6. So the textbook material, mainly the class notes. Also, on each exam, there will be items repeated from the 2 quizzes we will have had leading up to each exam. Okay. We take 4 exams and 8 quizzes. There will be 2 quizzes before each exam. 1 quiz per unit of the course, a total of 8 units in all. So I want to encourage everybody to take as much initiative as you can. Okay. The more active you are and the more initiative you take in this course, the better you will do. So everyone should have gotten several emails from me today to kick the course off. There will be 8 quizzes, 4 exams, and a chance for you to write a term paper about which we'll have more to say as we go through the course. We'll have more material about the term paper as we approach midterm, on either side of midterm. So, we'll have a quiz next week, and probably another quiz the week after that, leading up to our first exam after the first of the month. Any questions or problems or issues, please contact me at david.cole@opsu.edu. Good luck, and I hope you get a lot out of Political Science 1013 for the fall 2020 term. Take it easy.